And this be from Cash, not from YouTube.
I'm in love with you, girl, and I do anything for you to know. Yeah.
Hey guys, good evening. Let me actually turn that down just in case. Okay, hey guys, today I was just about to do me some self-care, and I was sitting here, I was like, maybe I can talk to my YouTube right now. I'm not even gonna lie, like the last few days, my last video that I posted, I want to name it like evading or not, either like evading the funk or trying not to be consumed by the funk or whatever, just something like that. Because as y'all saw from my last two videos, things are just going. They're just going. Like things are just going. There's not really any real growth. There's not really like nothing is really going on, man. I don't know. I know I want so much more. I know I'm working super hard and like I just don't know. So right now, today, yesterday, the day before, it was really hard for me. Like I'm not in a funk, but I know I'm in some kind of transition. And the scary part is that I just don't know where this transition is going to take me. I have a lot of faith. I have so much faith in God because I know that it's Him, right? I know that God has His hands on me, and I know that He is truly working on my behalf for me, right? So yeah, I figured I'm gonna just get up and do some self-care. I hope my hair is not bothering y'all. I just have it in the two braids, but I put it up in this claw clip so that it's not like down here bothering me. But yeah, I figured I'll do some self-care to make myself feel better a little bit. You see, I did my eyebrows. What was that, yesterday? And I'm still liking my hair. It's difficult because I did my hair myself, and I'm not the best at doing cornrows on my own head. So the the sewing is a little bumpy and it's a little loose now. At first it was tight, like it was hurting, but now it's loose. But I am still liking it because I feel like this little system that I have for my natural hair, like for the leave out, is working very well. But I do want to try out this mic. So hopefully this goes well. I'm going to just put this part right here. Put this in here. Oh wait, that's type C. Oh, it's right here. I was about to say hold up because I know I got this because I can. So here's this. Is all the way plugged in? Yeah, it's plugged in. It's this part. This is supposed to go on the phone, so I'm gonna put it in here. Let me see. Hopefully y'all. Okay, it's green, so it's on. And then step 3, the indicator red light of receiver keeps always on when open the phone camera. Live app or other apps, and then use the microphone to receive sound. To maximize sound quality, ensure you clip the device so it isn't moving as much. Additionally, do not cover the antenna. Okay, so I don't see a red light on here. So let me just see what's going on with this clip that I have already taken. Make sure it's not muted. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Because I lost y'all there for a second, and then when I hit the on button, I was able to hear again. So hopefully that means y'all can hear me. Hopefully that means y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. So yeah, basically I am just surrendering to God. That's what I can say. I am surrendering to God. So one of the things that I want to do, I've been doing these devotionals for a little over a week now, and I would really like to go ahead and put a few of these scriptures on my mirror. So right here I have my notepad, I have my devotional book, and then I also have my Bible here. And so let's see. So one, like, y'all, okay. So I'm just gonna be very transparent and vulnerable with y'all because I want, like I told y'all 2 videos back, I want to share my testimony. And the first step to being able to share your testimony is being able to tell the truth. And one truth that I have been faced with that I really never wanted to claim is that I am truly battling addiction. So I was not able to admit before that I had an addiction, right? I felt like when I wanted to quit, I would. I am now realizing, like, God has called me to stop. God has, like, literally, I heard the words clear as day. It keeps replaying in my head. Come on, Bellamy. You're fucking up my setup, man. But yes, clear as day, he has said you have got to stop. Wherever he is taking me, my addiction cannot go. And I'm gonna be so honest, Dejana is addicted to vaping. Yes. There's so much that I want to talk to y'all about. So I honestly feel like Nay is addicted to vaping. I have been called to let Nay go. I have been called to let her die. I'm gonna be, I don't know, just try to understand me as I talk to y'all, right? So my mom named me Dejana. I love my first name. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful first name. She did her big one, okay? My father's name is John. My mom's name is Danielle. Put it together. They got Dejana. Well, my mom got Dejana. So, going through school and everything, I have had very disrespectful teachers. You know, kids are not the nicest. And I just felt like it would be easier if I went by Nay. My middle name is Danae, spelled D-N-A-I. That's my middle name. And so all through school, I went by Nay. After school, I just got used to Nay. Everybody was calling me Nay. Even my family called me Nay. And something it's literally been so recent, like the last month. Something in the last month has just like, but I'm not Nay. My name is Dejana. I was born Dejana. God knows me by Dejana. You know what I mean? Like, that's my name. That's who I am. And I feel like Nay has been a kind of like a cover, an excuse not to be who I am. And she has picked up a lot of habits. She has participated in a lot of things that Dejana would never. Like, I have very explicit memories talking to my mom, like, oh, I never do that. Oh, I never do this. Oh, I never do that. But Nay got all that shit under her belt. You feel what I'm saying? And something is just telling me that it is time to 100% be myself. And this is not in the sense of when people say, oh, like, just be yourself. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's not like I was never not being myself, but I feel like my name has a big part to play in who I decided to be. If you get that, you get it. If not, you don't. But my name is now Dejana. I would love for anybody who knows me to call me by Dejana. If you don't know me, you can still call me Nay. I don't care. Like, that's fine. But in everyday circumstances, like I go to work, my name is Dejana. People I meet now, I tell them my name is Dejana. And that was one of the things that made it so weird is because of how easy someone said, oh, what's your name? Nay. Oh, like I was literally Nay down to my core. That's not my name. That's not who I am. Like, and it was never supposed to be get rid of Dejana. You know? It was just never supposed to be that. So I am stepping into who I truly am, and I'm trying to let these habits fall away from me. And when I tell you it is so hard, it is so hard. I'm struggling so bad. Like, I gotta share it with somebody because I'm struggling so bad. Like, whatever. But I do find that it's crazy how when you make up your mind, like when you make up your mind to follow God's will, it's crazy the synchronicities that you will find. Because I have been living like, yes, I've always believed in God. I've always gone to church. I've always did the thing. But to actually follow God's will is different. It's different than saying that you believe. You know what I mean? So I'm over here battling what I'm battling. Oh, snap. I skipped pages. Look, this is the first page. But I somehow skipped and went to here. And I'm just realizing, like, these would have been lost to the wind if I had not come in here to look. So I will start by doing these tomorrow and the next day. But I did the first one, and then I guess I accidentally jumped here, which was God's miracles and be pure, right? But then 2 days ago, because this is today, the 21st, the 20th was yesterday, and the 19th was 2 days ago. It says deny yourself, right? And I'm telling you, I've been trying real hard. Like, it's literally been 2 days. Like, the day that I woke up and I decided, like, I hear you, Lord. I understand. Like, I have to put this down. Please give me the strength. Like, I really started praying about it. I had this giant bag of trash that was in the video that y'all saw. The last video that y'all saw of me trying to evade the phone was I got up and I cleaned up. Like, I decided to be productive in a way that didn't have anything to do with work, that didn't have anything to do with YouTube, that didn't have anything to do with anything but me and how I am living. I decided to get up and clean my home. So in here, y'all didn't see it because why would I out myself like that? But I had this giant trash bag, and the trash bag was sitting in here forever because I kept missing. It was sitting right here in this corner because I kept missing the valet trash, and the trash is kind of like far from my apartment. So I decided to throw my vapes, plural. That don't make no sense. My vapes, plural, in the trash. And so it was sitting there for a while. I'm not even gonna lie. After I put them in the trash, I thought about going to go get them, digging them out the trash and using them. But I also had to run out to go to work. So I went to work with no vape. And before I went to work, I put out my trash outside. I put it out hours ahead because, like I kept saying, I kept missing the valet trash. So by the time I came home, the trash was gone and my vapes were in the trash. Not even gonna lie, at work I was really trying to stay busy. Every time I thought about like going to the bathroom and hit my vape, or on my break I would usually go outside or sit in the rental car that I had. I would vape maybe in the break room or whatever while I'm eating my lunch, like. But really, the thing that bothered me about how I vape, because don't get me wrong, like if you're a vapor and you like vaping, you don't feel like you need to change that at all. Kudos to you, right? But me personally, I was hitting that shit like 24/7, like glued to my hand, and I just feel like, why? What is the point of this thing? Like, it doesn't, for me personally, it doesn't do anything. I feel like it's the like blowing the smoke that attracted me to it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm being called to stop, so I want to stop. So I do want to put some of these scriptures on my mirror. The one for deny yourself says, if anyone would come after me, let him deny. If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up the cross daily and follow me. The rest of the passage says, this is just what's in the devotional book. The rest of the passage says, have you thought about what it means to call Jesus your Lord lately? We're living in a time when many call Jesus their Lord, but did you know that you can't call Jesus your Lord and treat his ways as a mere suggestion? Today many call Jesus Lord, but few are doing what he commands. Few love their enemies. Few give without expectation. Few are willing to deny self and serve others. It's easy to say Jesus is Lord, but true Christianity moves past the words to do what Jesus asks. I don't call myself a Christian. I'm going to say that off the bat. I'm a spiritual person. I don't call myself a religious person. When it comes to God, I believe in God and not the politics behind it. So if that turns you off, then you don't resonate here, and that's okay. But anyway, are you treating his ways as mere suggestions, or are you the real deal? Are you living as a Christian with the one goal in mind, to glorify God no matter what you're going through? Are you focused on getting what you want at any cost? In every area of your life, you must choose to live the way of Jesus or your self-centered way. And how you live day after day will always tell the real story. Do you call Jesus Lord, or is he indeed Lord of your life? The questions or prompts for this devotional was, what are some of the ways in your life that you are not living as a true follower of Jesus Christ? Are you willing to make some changes in those areas? So when I do my devotional, I always put the date and the time in which like I'm doing it. And then I put like a little subheading right here. And I just put, I choose Jesus as Lord of my life, because I've always been very connected. I hear God very, very clearly when he speaks. And I find my, like, sitting here thinking in hindsight, I have a very bad habit of literally doing the exact opposite, or like literally going against, like at the end of the day, for months, like y'all, there's a vlog that I had way back that I was saying I truly need to quit. Like, how am I cutting all this stuff off because it's not healthy for me? All these people out of my life because they're not healthy for me, but I'm still holding on to this fucking vape. I have a video from a few months ago where I said that. And since that video, I have tried to quit multiple times, and I still end up picking it back up. So I just feel like in all the ways that I'm advancing, this shit is holding me back. Because once you know better, you have to do better, or else you will have consequences. It's one thing to be ignorant to the fact. Like, it's one thing to just like not know, or to truly believe that whatever you're doing is okay, but God has clearly told me that you, as in me, I don't need to be doing this. This is not for me. And I was going against myself every time I would hit the vape. Like, literally, look at it, you don't need that, but I want it, and I would hit it. Like, and there's something about that that just truly bothers my spirit. It truly messes with me. So, like today, I've been in the house. I have the night off, as you can see, because I'm at home. And I've just been sitting, wanting to like go buy a vape, maybe a black. Shit, hand me a cigarette at this point. But it's also like, for what? What's the reason? What's the reason? Like, people smoke because they're stressed. People smoke because they're unhappy with their lives. Like, I don't even know the real reason that people smoke. I just know that I picked it up early, and I've been doing it ever since. And out of all the stories, horror stories that we hear of people vaping, going to the hospital, torn lungs, stomach issues, um, strokes, seizures, right? I also believe that nobody is untouchable. I truly believe that just because you are okay right now does not mean you'll be okay later. And all of these reasons are reasons why I truly feel like I need to quit. But instead of quitting, I go against myself, Dejana, every time. And that is why, like, I just feel like my name, Dejana, is who I truly want to be. Nay is who I am. And right now, I'm in the transition of letting Nay die and committing to my higher self, Dejana. So, like, I really don't know if this makes sense to y'all, but I also really don't care because I feel like if you're meant to watch this video, it makes sense to you. Like, if you're meant to watch this video, there's probably something about yourself that has been bothering you to the point that makes you almost feel like you're not a person. Like, it makes you almost feel like it gives like NPC energy. Like, I don't even know how to explain it, bro. But anyway, so that was the passage, and what I put. So the questions was, what are some ways in your life that you are not living as a true follower of Jesus Christ, and are you willing to make some changes in those areas? For my little subtitle, I think I already said this, but I choose Jesus as Lord of my life, right? And for the answers of the questions, I worry too much about things that I cannot control. I am addicted to things that are not godly or of the Lord. I rely heavily on worldly things like money. I am willing and able to make the necessary changes in these areas, I am focused on and ready for these changes. These changes. And with God by my side, I will be victorious. I want and I am chasing what God wants of and from me. I feel like I'm ready to. I think I'm ready to experience God's will. Um, I don't want to keep going against God's will because that is a very draining, that is a very heavy, and it is a very sad way of life. Like, y'all heard me saying, like, I prayed so hard for this apartment, so hard for a car, so hard for my job, and it's like, I prayed for them. But just because I prayed for them and I got them, that does not mean that they are of God. That does not mean that they are God's will for my life. That was my will for my life. And one of the things that just keeps replaying in my mind is my brother telling me, like, you always choose the harder route. Like, you always go the hard route. And it's not necessarily what he was talking about when he said that makes it resonate in me, but the fact that I do, like, I'm trying to be the God of my life when, like, I be swearing I'm surrendering. Like, I swear I'm surrendering to God's will, but at the end of the day, I try so hard to make things happen in my life. Like, I work so hard to make things happen in my life, and I don't want to say that I'm ready to just lay down and, like, shit, like, fuck it, just take whatever. Like, that's not the truth, but I'm just I'm just in a space where it's just like, okay, the things that I'm making happen for myself, the things that I have right now, like, it's not satisfying me. I love where I live, but I hate that it's not furnished. I love having a job, but I hate going. And as y'all can see, I don't have a car outside right now. So I do know the car situation was never of God. The car situation was nothing but me trying to, like, literally, like, do it myself. I'm trying to do it myself. Like, shit, I don't want to walk. I don't want to take the bus, so I'm going to do it myself. But at the end of the day, if that's God's will, then you got to get on the bus. Then you have to, because at the end of the day, the journey is what's important. And I feel like that's the part that I'm always missing when things get too hard, when things get too like this is not what I want. I feel like that's where the level up comes, but that's also where I quit. Like I quit chasing God's will and I go and do whatever it is that I want to do. And I'm not gonna lie, I am a powerful person. I'm not gonna lie, I am a very smart and I am very um resourceful, I guess is a good word. So I'm going to make things happen. But is that God's will for my life? Like, I just feel like whatever He has for me is so much bigger than the shit that I'm chasing. And I feel like I'm just done. I'm done. Because I want so much more, bro. And that sounds materialistic, but it had nothing to do with materials. Like, at the end of the day, material wise, I'm okay. Like, I have clothes on my back, I have a roof over my head, I have food to eat. Like, material wise, I am good. I look good, all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, deep down, I don't feel good. I feel alone. Feel like, and that's the kicker, bro. That's the kicker is that I sit down and I say, okay, this is how I feel. This is what's going on. This is all this stuff, and I feel like I'm on a good track to changing that, to um, feeling different, to having support, and it just the feeling comes back again because I'm not living God's will for me. I am living my own will. And I'm going to be honest, my will, no, it's not cutting it. Because my will was this apartment, which I got it, but like I said, it's not even furnished. I can't even go sit in my living room. Is that me being ungrateful? Or is that me just realizing that maybe all of this is just not God's will? Like I don't know. Like I'm in that little space right there. That little space. Does that mean I want to leave my apartment? Does that mean I don't want the things that I have gathered so far? No, I do. I still want this. Like I'm gonna pay my rent next month. Like of course, because at the end of the day, this I love being here. I love my apartment. I love my Bellamy. Leaving this apartment with me, leaving half of me behind. I don't want to do that. But I do, going forward, want to introduce God's will. I do. So, if going forward that does mean moving, if going forward that does mean letting things go, if moving forward that does mean I can't live the life that I have been living so far, I'm okay with that. Because look at me, crying in my bathroom. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Um, but today's devotional. Today's devotional was God at work. It says, yo, I'm gonna just say this too though. Ever since I decided to put down these outside influences, I have been getting just a lot of confirmation about life. It's just been a lot that I've been seeing about addiction, about letting addiction go, about like just God's will in general. Like it's just been popping up everywhere. When I get on social media, when I go outside, like while I'm at home struggling, like so I opened this page today at 9:12 p.m. and my little subtitle or whatever that I like to put says He loves me anyway. Their title is God at Work, and the scripture that they put was, "And I am sure of this, that He who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ." And that is Philippians 1:6. It says, "Have you ever had a season in your life where you couldn't see God at work clearly enough? Did it make you wonder whether He was really doing anything at all?" One of the most fascinating books in the Bible is the book of Esther. In the entire book, God's name is not mentioned once. Not once is there reference to God, yet the entire book so clearly points to His presence. On every page of the book of Esther, God is at work in the details, even when you can't see it clearly. Even when His name isn't mentioned, God was working behind the scenes, setting the stage to save His people. God was at work defeating the enemy of His people. God was at work protecting the queen. If you're going through a season where God's presence isn't clear, don't doubt it for one moment. He's at work even when you can't see it clearly. His faith, he's faithful to the end. He sees you even when you can't see clearly. And the question was, meditate on the faithfulness of God. How does the truth that God is faithful to you impact the way you view your present trial? What I said, I asked God to meet me where I am. I told Him that I cannot go on any further without Him. Sometimes I feel alone still, and the pressure is too much. I never break because even though I couldn't see clearly, God never left me alone. He is changing me one molecule at a time. This present trial of addiction is important to my testimony. God is helping me kick this addiction 1 hour at a time. And, some people may say, like, oh, it's not that deep, just put it down. I say that to myself too. Like, it's really a spirit, and it comes, and then it goes, and it comes back. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, my storage had got full right there, and I think this mic needs to be charged, but if I can get to a moral of the story, it's okay. So this camera might look a little different. I don't really know. I have not tried to analyze the difference, but moral of the story is I am definitely going through a transition. God's hands is definitely on me. Like, it's on my life, it's on my body, it's on me. Like, even if I wanted to move away, I couldn't. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm being called. So, gotta stop vaping. I did go ahead and put some of the scriptures that I told y'all I wanted to put up here. But the craziest thing is, I just find it so crazy, the confirmation that I'm getting. Like, literally, yesterday was Sunday, so I was watching my pastor on YouTube. They be going live on Sundays. And instead of going to church, I'll be watching him. And I was just watching him, and he basically, so First of all, I never got to go to my church, right? I told you I wanted to go so bad. Why is my pastor moving? He's leaving. And what I'm about to tell y'all, like, after he said this, he announced the person that was going to be taking over the church, which made me feel some type of way. It literally made me feel some type of way. And I feel like that only happens when God has been telling you something, you did not do it, and now it is too late. You know what I'm saying? Like, my pastor is leaving. But regardless of all of that, he was basically just saying, like, stop letting these folks sugarcoat this stuff for you, bro. Like, if God said it, that's what it is. And he was saying stuff that really gets the people going, like sex before marriage. Your ass is going to hell. Like, that's literally how he was talking. It's almost like he was just done. Like, he was just over kind of like being used by the people. He wanted to allow God to use him. And he had to say what had been on his mind before he left. And the only thing that truly resonated with me is just that stop sugarcoating, bro. Stop sugarcoating. Stop making up these excuses. Your ass is going to hell. Like, and I don't even mean to laugh. Like, I don't even mean to laugh. I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if I believe in like a hell, like where your soul is on fire type, but I do know hell on earth. I do know heaven on earth, and I do know that God is the difference between the two. I don't know what happens after we die. I will never sit here and pretend to know. I'll never sit here and pretend to know. Okay? God puts certain things on my heart. I keep them to myself because they are for me. Period. But in this journey of vlogging my life, vlogging my realizations, vlogging what I need to do, I truly do understand that heaven and hell on earth, the difference between the two is God. What you believe, how you believe, and the choices that you make while you are here. So, things have just been so hard. I don't want them to be hard. I want them to be soft. I want to feel good. I want to feel like I can have a conversation with somebody without thinking about everything that's going wrong with me. I know that I want to experience life in a different light than I have experienced it before. I don't even have a passport. I've never had a passport. I want to leave the country. There's just certain stuff. I want to go to school, bro. I want to go back to school. There's just certain things that are on my goals, on my list right now that I know, like, I have to look deeper. I have to look deeper if I want to change anything. I don't know if I told y'all, but my other phone died. First the storage got full, then it died. Like, I'm just really, but I want to talk to y'all because I feel like if God is telling you something, bro, if there is something, I'm not even going to say God, if there is something that has been replaying in your head, either something that you need to do or something that you need to stop doing, I need you to get up off of your ass and seriously go do that. I know it's much easier said than done, but I need you to fight, and I need you to go and do or stop doing whatever it is. Whatever it is, I truly need you to stop. So I know this video was mostly for me to let go of things that I've been holding on to, things that I am dealing with by myself, truly, like on the inside. You ask anybody who knows me, they don't know that I feel this way. I know that I feel this way. So I'm making this video for anybody else who feels similar to how I am feeling, and I truly hope that you can get right within yourself. I think that's the one thing that, like, Christianity, like religion, forgets, is that God is one with yourself, with you. The whole idea of you, the whole idea of I, To me, that is God. It's the same thing as we. It's the same thing as they. It is God. If you're going against yourself, you're going against God. You're pleasing other people, but you are dissatisfied. God is dissatisfied. If you're going out and you're like, oh, today has been hell, so I'm gonna have a drink, I'm gonna have a smoke, I'm gonna do something worse than that, I'm gonna go have sex. Those are spirits. They're on your body, bro. You need to go pray. You need to cleanse yourself. Because I'm telling you, as much as I was struggling, the only thing that made me feel okay was my devotional. That's the only thing that could get me from stop thinking like, oh, I'm gonna go buy a vape, or I'm gonna go hit up this person, or I'm gonna go do this because I feel lonely, bro. Like, you feel lonely because you're not living right. And it's emotional for me because that's me outing myself. That's me letting myself know, God letting me know that I'm not living right. Like, I'm not doing what I'm called to do. I'm not living the will of God. And as somebody who believes and believes strongly, that hurts. It does, it hurts. But it's the truth. And the only way that I can strengthen the relationship that I have with myself, with God, is by going through exactly what I'm going through. Okay? I'm going to bring up one more. This one that says He is in control. I put God is in control and I surrender. This was on October 18th, 1 o'clock p.m. The scripture that it has, it says, and the men marveled, saying, what sort of man is this, that even wind and sea obey him? And it's Matthew 8:27. Do you ever wonder how anyone who calls themselves a follower of Jesus spends 1 second worrying about anything? I was in Jordan with a friend a while back, and I felt claustrophobic and scared. The environment was foreign. The challenges around me sounded massive. The night around me felt really dark. I wanted to go home because I'm a verbal processor. I expressed my frustrations out loud. My friend listened in agreement but didn't say anything. I figured she'd fallen asleep in the darkened room when suddenly she whispered, even the winds and waves obey him. It was all I needed to hear. I knew what she was talking about. The disciples had been stuck in a boat on a dark and stormy night. They were afraid. They felt alone. They wanted to be on safe land. Instead, Jesus showed up and quieted the storm. The disciples were amazed. They stood in awe and wondered at the Son of God. They were a step closer to understanding who He is. Are you a step closer to knowing Jesus today? Maybe the storm you are in will help you see Him even more clearly. The question, the prompt. Do you ever wonder why God allows storms in your life? How does knowing our God can quiet a storm help encourage you in facing what's to come? And I put, I am in this storm because God wants me closer to Him. When things are rough, I run to God. This time I won't leave, because knowing God is knowing peace, knowing love, and that is what my soul cries for and what my spirit is working towards. So with that, I'm just going to leave you because I don't know if I was on track or on track. If I was on track or off track or what was going on, but I do know that I said what needed to be said. And I feel better, right? I feel better knowing that I am following the path that is laid out for me now. I feel better knowing that I have been working very hard to go against God. I have no more energy to go against God's will for my life. I have no more energy to say, hey God, you know, I know you want this for me, or I don't know you want this for me. I know you want something for me, but instead of seeing what that is that you want for me, I'm gonna go my own way and do what I want. I am done doing that. I don't have any more energy to do that. And God knows that. He pushed me to this point. He said, you know what? I see where you're going, because it was always written. It was always written. I see where you're going. I know exactly what's going on here. And boom. Now look at you. In this storm. And you're here. Over the last few months, I have been going over the cycles of my life where certain things are repeating and I can't get past a certain point. And I understand exactly why. Because to that point, I get me there. And instead of relying on God to get me past that point, I rely on myself. And it's just not possible. It's just not possible to get any further without God. And not just being with God, not just believing in God, but literally following His will, allowing Him to use me, allowing Him to order my steps. I have to. Not only do I have to, but you have to. And that's why this is a video. I don't care. If you relate, that is because His word is for you and you are not living God's will for your life. And I just want you to understand that He has so much more for you. So much more than you want for yourself. When you look back after allowing God to use you, you're going to say, dang, this is even more than I could have ever fathomed. Ever. So like I said, I don't know where this transition is taking me, but I know it's taking me somewhere. And I am truly glad and appreciative to be able to share this with the people who watch my channel. Like I'm very glad to be on this journey doing what I'm doing. So I think I am gonna go ahead and try to get some sleep. This night shift stuff has me kind of like messed up in the game because it's at least 1 o'clock in the morning. At least. Let me see. Girl, it is 2:30. We go to bed. But I hope you can make sense out of what I said. I hope you can really use my words. And I do. I pray that God blesses you. God blesses you with eyes to see deeper, with a mind to think deeper. I pray God blesses you with His presence. And I pray that you stay in it once you feel His presence. Like I said, God's hands is all over me right now. I don't know what the heck is going on. I barely know how I feel. I'm just going because He's telling me to, bro. Like, that's the best way I could put it. That's the best way I could put it. I get up every morning because God blessed me with the day, and whatever happens throughout the day is because He is orchestrating, not just allowing, but orchestrating, bro. Everything I encounter is God, is of God, and that is something that I pray about every day. So, any mistakes I make here on out, I will talk to God about. Any opportunities that come about, I will talk to Him first, because that's just where I'm at. I don't know, but He does. So I'm letting Him lead me, and I say Him, but I truly feel like God is an energy. I'm not even gonna get into that right now though, but y'all have a blessed night, and come here. We'll see you next time. Why? Y'all saw that, right? I did not drop him. He jumped. Where you at? Are you okay? Are you okay, Bellamy? Where'd you go? Yeah, I don't know. But we gonna see you maybe tomorrow. Or I'll wake up and go to the gym, go to DMV, and continue on with my day. So hopefully I do get all of that done. Hopefully this video was good for you, and I'll see you. I never actually did any self-care. I think this was self-care. Okay?